Well, let's change gears. A big win for Texas. The Supreme Court allows the Lone Star State to use the Trump-backed congressional map in its midterm elections. Governor Gregg Jarrett writing this: Texas is officially and legally more red. This is a victory for Texas voters, for common sense, and for the U.S. Constitution. They could get up to 5 seats, in theory. Let's bring in Fox News legal analyst Gregg Jarrett. Greg, did the Supreme Court make the right decision?
Oh, I think they did, Brian, because there was little credible evidence that Texas had actually redrawn their congressional map based on race, which obviously would be a civil rights violation. And the ruling is consistent with what the high court said in 2019. We will not intervene in cases of political partisan gerrymandering, only in cases where, states have conjured up district boundaries for largely racial reasons that are discriminatory. And in fact, there was evidence that the previous map was racially motivated and that the new map corrected that constitutional defect. So, as you point out, Brian, this ruling has the potential to flip 5 Democrat-held seats in Texas to Republican next year, and it may actually clear the path for other states to do the same, blue states and red states, as long as race is not a factor when they do it.
Yeah, they're going to probably do it in the spring in Florida. We know they're trying to do it over in Indiana and other places. Justice Kagan disagrees with you, Gregg Jarrett. In her dissent, she writes, this court's eagerness to play act a district court here has serious consequences. The majority calls its evaluation of this case preliminary. The results, though, will be anything but. This court's stay ensures that many Texas citizens, for no good reason, will be placed in electoral districts because of their race. And that result, as this court has pronounced year in and year out, is a violation of the Constitution. How do the people see it so differently?
Well, Kagan, Sotomayor, and Jackson, the liberal wing, all accused Texas of racial discrimination. The problem is there was no real evidence to support that argument. And I think the majority got it right. It was far more racially discriminatory the way it was drawn up in 2020 by Texas than the redistricting.
So Letitia James, her mortgage fraud case went in front of a grand jury again, and they said nothing there, so they let her out. She says this: as I have said from the start, the charges against me are baseless. It is time for the unchecked weaponization of our justice system, that's rich, to stop. I will continue to do my job standing up for the rule of law and the people of New York. What happened to this case, Greg?
Well, I don't think it's surprising that the grand jury refused to re-indict her, despite what the government says is incriminating evidence of bank fraud, false statements. Because after the first indictment, Brian, this became a political football in a media firestorm. And, trust me, grand jurors don't live in a bubble. They're not oblivious to the public accusations by Democrats and James herself, and then amplified by the media that this was lawfare, retribution by Trump. Look, the Eastern District of Virginia is liberal. One can assume the grand jurors are too, but the case is not over yet. The dismissal by the district judge 2 weeks ago, that is apparently being appealed. If it's reversed, the original indictment then stands and James can be prosecuted. Also, James bought 2 homes in Virginia, which she allegedly lied on both to get favorable loan terms. So prosecutors could try to indict her again related to the other property. And it looks like there were 2 different grand jurors here. The original was in Alexandria yesterday. It was a Norfolk grand jury. So there are other opportunities for indictment.
All right. Thanks so much, Greg. Appreciate it. By the way, she doesn't want to weaponize the justice system. That is very special coming from Letitia James. Meanwhile, thank you, Greg. Have a great weekend.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.